Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to look at a bunch of official reveals from Twilight Masquerade. Yesterday, I think, I showed you my reveals, but now we got a bunch of reveals from other people. So let's start off with Pokekalos, who have gone and shown us Finizen and Palafin. And look, I'm just going to come out and say it. I think Palafin is a really, really big deal. I think Palafin is a great card. And look, we don't know yet. The cards aren't out even in Japan. I could absolutely be wrong about this, but I am just calling it now, nice and early. I think Palafin is going to be a very big deal. Twilight Masquerade is becoming legal on day one of the North American International Championships, in the same way that Temporal Forces became legal on day one of the European International Championships. We don't know what's going to happen at NAIC. But I am making a prediction right now, and I'm making it so you've all heard it nice and early. Palafin is going to wreck EUIC. Palafin is going to turn up to EUIC, and it is going to be broken. Could I be wrong? Oh my yes! I've been wrong about plenty of stuff in the past. But I'm telling you right now, I believe in Palafin. Now, do remember, there is a Palafin box coming. Now, this is an alternate art Palafin. The two artworks are different. The box will not be available in time for NAIC. So this is the only print you're going to be seeing at NAIC. But, yeah, this is immense. Now, the ability says you can only put it into play using Finizen's ability, although in French it's Super Dolphin, which is literally just Super Dolphin, which I adore. But when you do get it into play with Super Dolphin, it's not Finizen, it's obviously Super Dolphin. When you get into play with that, it's a stage 1 with 340 HP and a single energy attack that does 250. You can't attack next turn, nobody cares. We've seen this a million times. And how does Super Dolphin get it into play? Well, you've got to be in the active and then switch to the bench. And then you get to search your deck for the EX and switch it over, which honestly is exactly how it works in the video game. You have to get active and then switch out. And then you turn into super duper Dolphin. I love this. And look, we've seen from Comfey over the past couple of years, switching in and out multiple times in a turn, not an issue. Like, if switching in and out that much was awkward, Comfey wouldn't be great. Yes, I know we've had a rotation, don't care. Switching in and out, not that big a deal. And then you end up with a stage 1 that literally has stage 2 stats. 340 HP is the most HP we've ever seen on anything, and it's a stage 1. 250 for a single energy. Super Dolphin is broken, and it's going to be all over NAIC. I'm calling it now. Not the only stuff we've had revealed. I want to show you Applin and Dipplin that has been shown off by Keibron, Keibron, over on Twitter. And this alternate art of Dipplin is one of my actual chase cards for the set. It is one of the cards I most want from Twilight Masquerade. I'll be honest with you, I'm in on Dipplin. You may notice, because I've noticed, no Hydrapple yet. And there's not going to be a Hydrapple in Twilight Masquerade, incidentally. I mean, I can't say for 100% certainty, but I am 99.9% certain there will be no Hydrapple in Twilight Masquerade. But then again, Hydrapple wasn't really in the Teal Mask, and Twilight Masquerade is a Teal Mask set. It's not an Indigo Disc set, it's a Teal Mask set, so I suppose that does explain it. And I just love this. I love Dipplin. And actually, I mean, firstly, Dipplin's a cool Pokemon. Secondly, this art is awesome. Thirdly, it's a good card. If you've got the right stadium in play, that festival stadium, you get to attack twice. And single energy, you do 20 damage for each of your bench Pokemon. Well, that's 120 damage for a single energy, except you're doing it twice. And it's better than 240. This is better than 240. And the reason it's better than 240 is that you do it twice, and then your opponent gets to bring a new Pokemon into the active. And by gets to, I mean has to, between KOs. And that's a huge deal. You attack for, against a deck that's playing single prizes or hasn't evolved up or whatever, you hit for 120, you get a KO, your opponent has to bring a new Pokemon active. And then you get to attack them as well. I legit love Dipplin. I don't know if I could ever take it to a tournament, but am I going to go on to PTCG Live, make a turbo Dipplin deck, and just sit there hitting 120 over and 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 over again? Oh, you better believe I'm gonna, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like a deck which is going to get just a bunch of cheeky wins for just being faster. And then your opponent's going to evolve into something you can't KO and you're going to cry and lose the game. But until that happens, you're on. There's also an Applin, flip a coin if heads 20 more damage. I'm not in on that. But Dipplin, oh, I'm in on Dipplin, ladies and gentlemen. I legitimately love Dipplin. But wait, you want some more Pokemon that can attack twice, you say? I got you, ladies and gentlemen, because Site Eternia has also gone and revealed Goldine and Swirlix, who are two of the other Pokemon that can attack twice if that stadium is in play. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be disrespectful. They kind of suck. They are not like Dipplin. Dipplin, immense. Swirlix and Goldine, nah, mate. Goldine, nominally better, 2 colorless energy, 10 damage, flip a coin, if head, discard, earn energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. And it is any energy, it doesn't have to be basic, it can be basic or special. And doing this twice means 20 damage and 2 coins flipped and maybe get rid of 2 energy. It's not completely terrible if you can flip double heads, which will happen 1 in 4 times, but it's really not that good. Still better than Swirlix, mate. Swirlix, single energy, place 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Now, admittedly, if you've got the stadium in play, now you get to drop 4 damage counters. No. Not loving this, honestly. I don't think Swirlix is particularly good. I don't think Goldine is particularly good. I think my boy Dipplin is immense. Dipplin's also a stage 1, let's be honest. But still, I think Dipplin is awesome. But I'm not getting terribly excited about the other two. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be mean. They're just not very good cards, at least in my estimation. Or maybe I'm just getting too excited about Dipplin, and that is clouding my judgment on other cards. But I honestly don't think I am. Dipplin, awesome. Goldine and Swirlix, back to the drawing board maybe. I might not even put them in my Dipplin deck. I just want Turbo Dipplin. But what about a special illustration rare? How about Sinistcha? That has gone and been revealed as a special illustration rare by Pokebip, again over on Twitter. And they've also shown off the Poltergeist. Single energy, 30 damage. As long as you can flip a head, if you flip tails, it fails. Not loving it, honestly. But Sinistcha, I mean, look, it made its way onto one of the booster packs. And if it's making its way onto one of the booster packs, you got to think it's not complete and utter garbage. You'd think. Wouldn't you? Let's be honest. You think it might be all right, don't you? You can be honest, we're all friends here. It's not terrible, honestly. It's 2 energy, 120, heal 30 damage from all of your Pokemon. And it is all of your Pokemon, not all of your bench Pokemon, so that would include Sinistcha EX. It doesn't say other Pokemon, doesn't say bench Pokemon. It says your Pokemon, all of them, heal 30, basically. Cool. It's not terrible. But I actually like the first attack way better. You see, what you do is, for each grass energy in your discard pile, you put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon, all on the same Pokemon, and then you shuffle all the energy back into your deck. So if you've got 10 grass energy in a discard, you drop 20 damage counters onto one of your opponent's Pokemon, and then shuffle all the energy back into your deck. You do have to choose one of your opponent's Pokemon, and then put them all on the same. Don't care. That can be very, very good. Single energy, and it's dropping damage, not doing damage. I like this. I think this has a fair bit of potential. And then we can finish off with Chansey. Now, I showed you Blissey the other day. Blissey was officially revealed by Pokemon themselves. Blissey is another EX, which I expect to be crushing over at EUIC. I expect Blissey to also be awesome, because it moves basic energy around. It's got 300 HP as a stage 1. Of a free colourless energy, you do 180 and draw, so you got 6 cards in your hand. I don't think it's on the same level as your Palafin, but I do think it's a very, very good card. Well, now we've also got ourselves the illustration rare. It's been shown off by Pokegraph over on Twitter, and I just think this is adorable. I love the Snorlax, which is probably a Teddy, but it might just be a very small Snorlax. You can't be sure. I love that there's Blissey man in the counter, but all the other Pokemon there are Gen 1ers. I think that's kind of adorable. And I just think there's a lot to love about this artwork. I think there's so much going on here. It's one of those cards where you can just kind of sit and look at it for a while, and then after kind of 10 minutes, you're like, wait, there's a Ditto in the bottom corner? And then you start looking at the pictures on the wall and seeing little Pokemon references hidden in there. And then you notice a Pokeball sitting on the counter, and you're like, what does that Pokeball actually do? And I just love it. I love the card. I love the artwork. And look, in the very unlikely event I end up playing at NAIC, you're going to be seeing a Turbo Dolphin deck. Don't get me wrong. I love Dipplin. I wasn't lying to you a minute ago, but I don't think I could ever actually take it to an IC. Turbo Dolphins. Oh, now Turbo Dolphins. That is a deck that I could take. For now, I want to know what you think about these new cards. I want to know which ones you're excited about. I want to know your thoughts about Twilight Masquerade. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. Oh, and get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Stegaraptor, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout-outs to them for being awesome. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.